Get into speaking about the Mickeys. This team's been the Mickeys. Let's preview the premiers, the four-peat Panthers, heading into season 2025. 2024 looks as it has for about the last 4 years. 17 wins, 7 losses, second on the ladder, conceding that to the Melbourne Storm. But in the finals, 30-10 over the Roosters. Cruised also past the Sharks by 20. And then ultimately, 14-6, a win in the grand final. The first team since the league went national in 1988 to win 4 straight premierships. They gain Blaze Talangi and Isaiah Papali'i. Let's hear what Brandy and Ivan Cleary had to say on the recruitment of Isaiah Papali'i.
The other new signing, Isaiah Papali'i, will line up tonight. I think it's a great signing.
Well, you're on the committee, eh?
Yes. Thank you. Just say yes, it is Brandy.
That's great. Yes, well, Ivan's in a bit of a jovial mood.
He is. He's a gun. He is such a gun coach. Okay. They lose Sunya Turuva. They lose Jarome Luai, James Fisher-Harris, Isaiah Yongi, and Tyrone Peachy, who retired, who was filling in this time last week for Sats, who was away at the Super Bowl. Now, talking points. Yeah. They'll play all their home games, or the majority of their home games, at CommBank Stadium. They won't return to Penrith Park. Geez, I can't wait to see how that looks. In 2027, so the question, who fills in for Jarome Luai? Jack Cole got the shot in the World Club Challenge last year. Brad Schneider has played there a fair bit. Dane Lorick, of course, back at the helm. Blaze Talangi is there. Who's your pick there, Brian?
I think Blaze.
Blaze.
He's got his, He has, I think he'll be 5'8".
Okay.
But, the worry is, we know Nathan over the last couple of years hasn't played. He's been out for an extended time.
Yes.
Hammies, shoulders, all that sort of jazz. You know, we had Jarome Luai, who that was his team when Nathan was gone. He really played, like he led.
Oh, yeah.
We're hoping if Nathan doesn't, if Nathan has an extended period out, who's the person to step in the halves role?
Has to be Schneider, doesn't it? For 7, has to be Schneider.
But he doesn't have that senior player outside him.
Fascinating. But
and the other thing too, that the CommBank Stadium, that's sort of been forgotten. I know that.
I know. That's a big factor.
Massive factor.
Yep.
Massive factor.
Massive factor for the point that it was such a fortress out there at Penrith. A lot of those kids would have spent, like if you think about the last 5 years, Brian, how many kids have finished at York Public School, out there at Cambridge Park, Doonside, wherever, and then they just jump on the train or the bus and out they go to the ground. They watch Penrith, they win, and they go home. That just happened every time.
Yeah. And everyone was comfortable with it.
Yep.
You might go over to Hooters, not the kids, obviously, but just the dirty old men. And that's not there anymore.
No.
So things are changing, but I like the James Fisher-Harris is interesting. But then they just throw big Lindsay in. Not Lindsay, Nathan.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
No, you're half right. Lindsay Smith.
Lindsay Smith, not Nathan.
Yeah.
Who's Nathan Smith? He played with Penrith.
He did, actually, yeah. He played.
Any relation?
No, I don't think so.
Lindsay Smith.
Liam Henry there as well, the boy from Blaney, the Blaney Bear.
And they got Isaiah Papali'i,
mate,
who is
it's
not a spent force.
Okay, let's talk about Brian. Okay, what camp are you in, by the way? Are you in the camp that you want to see Penrith? And what do you think the majority will be, Brian? I'm in the camp I want to see it. I want to see before my own eyes a team in this era win 5 straight. I want to see it happen.
Yep.
Thumbs up if you want to see it happen. Poo emoji if you definitely do not want to see it happen. No one's in between.
I was poo last year.
Yep.
I said, you've won 3.
Yep.
Nah. Now, as I've spoken about this on this very program, now I want to see 5.
I want to see
and
Michelle
then I want to see
Pfeiffer.
6.
Yep.
Then I want to see 7. And then I want to see Mary and Nathan getting married on the field at the opening of the new stadium. Is that a possibility?
Oh, that's a great way to do it.
Is that a possibility?
That's a great... Mary, you're listening.
Mary, it's down to you.
Nathan, please, something. That'd be fantastic. Why? Why can they win 5 in a row, Brian? Tell me why they can win it.
Other than having the best player in the world, it's inbuilt in them. And I keep going back to what Mitch Kenny told me. We had Mitch Kenny on Maddie's show, and he said, as soon as we get to a lead, our mindset switches.
Yes.
We just want to protect that lead.
I know.
He said, it's just inbuilt in
They're
us now.
robotic, aren't they?
Get to a 2, get to a 6, get to 8 point If you've got an 8-point lead, a deficit, good night. You're not beating
No,
it.
no.
It's going to take you something very special.
But Brian, what they are so disciplined. It's they're robotic. They don't have the rush of blood. They don't have that. Oh, get the ball out.
There's no panic in them.
No, Panic and Skywalker are not here.
Gone. They just trust their system.
Yep.
The defence of it, and they've got to be supremely fit. It's no fluke. They're fitter. They're the fittest team in the competition.
But even now, look, why they can win it again is you're seeing. And can you consolidate what these are coming through, Brian? There's an absolute abundance of what.
A lot of fun. No, I'm saying it's 60-40.
Barnell's not in favour. James is not. Jason's not.
Barnell hates
Canara
it.
Cowboys not. Jeff's not. Jared is.
4 is generational. 5 is boring. I don't think it's boring. It's just so hard.
I want to see it. Another reason is a lot of photos you're seeing social media. These guys are still, if anything, they look fitter. When are you blokes just going to put your feet up and get a little bit complacent about this whole thing? They're not going to do it, are they?
But they've got the taste of it and they know how enjoyable it is.
You know what I love about, you mentioned Nathan's injuries. Nathan has come on the public record saying he's not going to train as hard, as far as he's going to do more mentally.
Okay.
So instead of him kicking it, he's done it 1,000, 10,000 times. He doesn't need to kick as many balls as he has in the past, which leads to hamstring injuries and those sorts of things. He can visualise himself doing it.
Play smarter, not harder.
Play smarter, not harder. Why can't they win the comp, Brian?
Why can't they win the comp? No Jarome Luai.
Yep.
He has been exceptional the last 2 years.
Yep.
When he first came in, I thought, Nathan's been terrific, and he has had times where, not being a passenger, but you go, it's all Nathan. But the last 2 years, Jarome Luai, he has been, if not better, as good as Nathan.
Yes.
In the halves.
Yeah, of course.
Taking that left side.
That 40-0 win over the Sharks at Shark Park,
Nathan.
that was just crazy stuff.
And they're unselfish.
Yep.
They are so unselfish just by the way they do their decoys. Blokes might not get the ball.
Most support plays in the comp.
That's being unselfish.
Unselfish.
Go to teams down the bottom and have a look at their stats.
Thumbs up. They're charging through. Lundy wants an aubergine. They are charging through.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.